machine. If you familiar with the AutoLab, there are two distinctive working space. One is at the front and one is at the back. So at the back we have two bench, working bench. So at the time, so please do not uh, uh, do not berkumpul ramai sangat lah when you want to do all your cuttings, your drilling bits. Okay. And then at the front there's going to be some working space next to the vehicle post, vehicle post lift. So basically you can come and do your cutting, your PVC cutting, your wood cutting, your plywood cutting, your drilling. Okay, you can borrow all the tools from the lab, but make sure don't bring that tools go back to your dorm lah. Okay, so finish your work in at the lab. Okay, you have two options. Once you do finish doing all the cutting work, if you want to do assemble, yes, you can do your assembly at the lab. And then later on, if you want to leave your work, so please you can ask the technician lah. So maybe he can assign you dedicated work space where you can leave your work, and then you put some label lah. Don't disturb your work. So but there's no guarantee lah. So be careful lah if you want to leave your work at the lab. But usually there's nothing going to happen. I hope usually like that lah. Okay. And then okay, that one is for those who are working with chassis structure. And then for those who are working with the let's say for the powertrain and the monitoring system. Okay, you can come and see me on this Sunday, on today's class, on Monday class and Thursday class. Okay, and then usually if you have anything, you want to do your work, so please do your work at the meeting room down at the ground floor of automotive lab. There is a meeting room which we don't have meeting table lah, just a empty room with some rig. Can ask Mr. Sadiq where the room located at the automotive lab. So those who want to do the powertrain and power monitoring, especially want to do the sub integration of the system, so please do your work over there. So I will during the class, I and Dr. Izhari will go and see, walk around, check things that you've been doing at that moment during the class hour. And my focus will be on the on this powertrain and monitoring system. Okay, I want you first, before you do the installation on the chassis, you need to be be able to start your motor system, be able to control with your potential meters, and then being able to control the lighting. So you need to integrate. This one include the homologation lah. You need to be able to integrate these components first, what we call as a sub-assembly integration, before you assemble it on your chassis. Okay, so this one you need to make sure. This one you need to make sure you be able to install and know how to control lah before you install dekat awak punya chassis. Okay, ini awak boleh buat dekat dalam bilik bilik meeting kat bawah lah. Okay. Okay, this one question your friend ask, where can you buy the PVC? So basically, of course, at Howell. Okay, in Taman University there's one. Awak pernah dengar Limhub tak? Limhub.
Dekat kawasan industri Taman Universiti.
Okay, never mind. I will share the location in the WhatsApp group after this. So at that hardware, you got everything lah. You just need to ask the person. And then there also most of the part you can find part at DIY can. So most DIY. But if you want to be easy, especially for the screws, if you can wait, so better do the searching via Shopee, because sometimes when you go to the hardware, sometimes the parts or the components that they have are, especially the small screws, it is actually not available at the hardware. Okay, there's two places that you can find this component. The first one is the hardware, the Limhub at Taman U. The second one, especially the small screws, you can go and find in at the top one electronic kedai top one dekat Taman U, where he used to sell the electrical component, because you're most of it working on with a small component, so small components need a small screws, right? So that shop did sells some screw using a metric metric system, M3 up to M3, M5, M6. So they got everything, the small screws. Or you can also find these small screws at DIY lah, but usually DIY is a bit hard lah. Sometimes you can find it, sometimes you cannot. Okay, so for small screws, just go and find at the top one shop lah at Taman U, next to what? Next to kedai makan lah, di opposite restaurant dekat Taman U. That one also I will share you the location, kalau for those who are not familiar lah. Okay, so any other question? And then for each class, yeah, of course, I'm going to give you the attendance at the beginning of each class for you to sign in, and then you can continue doing your work. And then group leader, please make sure that your team member functioning well lah, so they're doing their work, so that you don't because you need to remember, once people stop doing your the job that being assigned to him or her, so the whole group will be affected. So you need to remember that. And then second thing, what you did on the physical work that you did, so please record, make a simple report. So basically I'm going to see it on maybe I will discuss whether you need to present like previous progress in the first part of this semester, or you just need to upload your progress report in Google Link provided. Okay, sebab yalah, kalau awak dah masuk present, itu dah lama dah, buang masa lah. So basically for this second part, we want you to focus on the fabrication. Okay, any other question? Faham? Okay, your friend asked wooden plate wooden plywood have any recommend shop? So basically there is not much option of plywood at the hardware. So basically what you can do is that you determine this the thickness of the plywood that you want, and you need to order at that hardware. Okay, that's how usually it works lah. You need to order, and then okay, before you do the order, there's two option. Because if you want fast, let the hardware do the ordering for you. Or second, you can also Google from the internet. There's I think one company or one shop in Mount Austin that supply plywood, different type of plywood, from waterproof plywood, from dia punya fiber plywood. So you can select and then order that company. Maybe all of you can boleh share the size of plywood, and then make bulk order lah from that company. So ask the company to send the plywood to the automotive lab. Tapi that one you need proper arrangement lah. If not, if you want to go independently, just go and order the plywood based on the size that you want, type that you want from the hardware. Okay. Kalau if the hardware shop got the size that you want, then you can buy it straight ahead. You don't have to order from that hardware shop. Okay, this one, is there any location budget for fabrication? Like I told you, you have to use your own money. There's no budget for this project. Okay, so that's why for each group there being 6 person, and you need to share the cost among your friends. And I also told you in the beginning of this class, so design your project properly, because you're using your own money. Okay, if you being not optimizing your design, everything you want to put expensive component, expensive material, and then it's up to you lah. Okay, and then because I and Dr. Zahari already emphasized on this cost, optimizing the cost for the fabrication, because in the end, if you don't optimize it, you that are going to suffer. Okay, so saya dah pesan pada awal. Okay, any other question?
Doctor.
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken, if we were to go to the lab, we are going to need a green card. Is there any arrangement about that?
Green card? What
Ah.
kind of green card?
Like safety card.
Oh, bukannya dah pernah ambil ke masa first year? Dia kan ada CIDB kan, tak silap saya.
Tak ada. Kami tak ada ambil.
Siapa yang pernah ambil? Tak silap saya tu compulsory course, bukannya ambil masa last year, itu masa first year, second year.
Ada ambil sepatutnya.
Ada ambil kan? Tu yang siapa yang tak ambil. Dia usually first year, second year. Dia bukannya, it's not a class. It mostly like a 1 day, 2 day course that new student that need to take it. Awak tak ambil, saya tak tahulah macam mana. Tapi kebiasaannya awak datang kalau kena check, kalau ada inspection ke apa ataupun ada any issues, makmal lah yang akan take responsible. Sebab awak tak ni. So basically saya rasa yang green card ni, yang CIDB tu wajib semua. Sepatutnya awak ada lah. Ada yang tak ada ke?
Ada, cuma dia dah expire.
Tak expire tak apa, at least ada lah. So nanti kalau datang check dia apa-apa buat.
Tak ada masalah kalau expire.
Tapi course tu khusus tu dah pernah pergi lah.
Dah pernah pergi lah.
Okay, tak apalah. So nanti itu lain lah. Nanti kalau kantor apa-apa buat terkejut kata expire lah, itu je.
Okay.
Tapi jangan cakap saya kata buat terkejut pula kata expire. Okay, pandai-pandai lah. Tapi awak yang penting awak dah pernah pergi. So itu involving safety. Okay, so any other question?
Itu saja.
Okay, so kalau tak ada, so please group leader, please make sure that your subordinate knows their tasks and know things that they need to do. So basically, so sekarang ni semua dalam UTM Ada yang belum ada UTM lagi? Okay, so good Saya assuming semua dah balik UTM, so boleh start kerja So macam yang saya cakap tadi, so saya akan conclude. Yang pertama, okay, ada 6 group. Each group only 2 person allowed to do work at the automotive lab, especially when you want to do the cutting and the for PVC and plywood. And then please take care of the SOP. So every time you and then when you want to come to the lab, if anything that you are unsure, please ask your technician that being assigned to your group, which the list of the technician I'm going to give you later on, because I'm still waiting for Mr. Sadiq to sign it and give it to me. To the second one, the third thing, number 3, for those who are working with powertrain, a monitoring system and homologation, so you need to do that sub-assembly. So for that sub-assembly integration, please come and do your work at the automotive lab in meeting room. Yang bukannya kat atas meeting room kat bawah. Kalau tak tahu nanti awak boleh tanya. Sebab bukan apa, for this subgroup, because I'm going to monitor closely, I need to make sure that your system can be operated and can be controlled, and can be operated and can be controlled before you install it on your chassis. That's the third one. And then for the fourth one, attendance, still you need to take scan your QR codes every class. So the fourth one, and then the fifth one, kalau ada apa-apa, okay, the fifth one, saya dengan Dr. Zahari kita akan round lah. So every Sunday and Thursday during class, I'm going to do the walk around lah at the meeting room, looking at the those working at the powertrain and monitoring system, and then as well as those doing the work on the chassis. 6, your report. You need to make a report on your progress for that week. Okay, apa yang awak dah buat, okay? And then upload to the link lah. Saya tak perlu buat progress meeting kot, sebab nanti saya tak nak habis masa awak menunggu giliran untuk present progress. So awak just upload that progress for verification every week. So saya akan baca. So anything yang saya tak ni, saya dan Dr. Izari akan panggil ataupun have a meeting with that group lah. Okay, so there are 6 things So ada apa nak tanya? So kalau tak ada, everything clear, so we can dismiss lah. You can continue doing your work.
Doctor,
Yep.
one question.
Right.
Doctor said about there's only 2 people that can come into the automotive lab.
Yep.
And then for the sorry, and then for the powertrain part, dia asing ke kota tu ataupun sekali dua orang?
Tak. Itu asing. Powertrain asing. Ni 2 orang sebelah lab. Ini building lain-lain kan. Kita ada 2 side of building for automotive. One we call P21A and P21B. I think for the one with the automotive development center, yang my room, that one is P21A. The ground floor there is a meeting room, okay, empty meeting room. So for the powertrain, work over there, and then for those working with chassis, 2 person per group can work at the P21B lah. So I don't want things to get very congested with student lah. We need to remember, we need to maintain SOP.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Yang homologation tu seorang je kan, tak perlu 2 orang. Itu 2 orang seorang je, sebab yang mainly task under the yang powertrain dengan monitoring tu seorang saja kan. Kan, betul?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, betul.
Okay, betul. And then yang the homologation side pula under the vehicle integration doesn't involve the integration with the powertrain monitoring, because it runs on separate system. Most of the group buat, dia on je dah terus menyala kan. So itu tak perlulah. Tapi kalau awak nak buat kerja yang integration tu, awak buat dengan minta tolong orang kalau nak integrate lah, minta tolong orang powertrain dengan monitoring tu buat kan. So basically untuk yang bawah meeting room, satu group, seorang je.
Seorang. So total each group 3 orang lah.
3 lah.
Okay. Boleh.
Okay.
Okay.
So any other question? So yang lain lagi 3 orang tu, and then group leader lah need to make sure that they're doing your work. Okay. Ataupun okay, for your work maybe you can come do the for chassis, can do the all the cutting, drilling dekat automotive lab. But if you want to do the assembly, you can take that one and go the assembly, do the assembly at your dorm lah. So itu bukan, kalau awak nak buat dekat bilik awak pasang tu bukan yang bawah kuasa saya kan. Saya tak boleh, saya tak nampak. Saya tak ni, tapi saya nak advise lah. So take care of SOP. So we don't want kelas kita ni takut kalau ada case, we have to stop everything lah. So we don't want that. Okay, kalau ada memang susah lah. Bukannya saya saja, awak semua lah, grade awak semua ni. Okay, so ada lagi soalan?
Doktor,
Yes.
dia automotive lab dia exactly P21A dan P21B.
B yang sebelah lokalitik.
Yang B yang lokatik lah. Okay.
Yang kembang lokatik kan.
Okay. So yang apa nama dia tu? P23 dengan P22 apa
P23 atas yang dekat kapal terbang. P22 Mama Aero kot, tak saya.
Mama Aero. P23 yang Mama fabrikasi tu kan?
Mama fabrikasi yang dekat
kami
terbang.
boleh akses sana juga ke?
Itu bukan awak kalau nak pergi sana awak kena tanya pergi ke technician lah, tanya technician. Kata awak pergi untuk subjek. Kalau dia kata macam malas nak layan, awak bagi tahu saya. Sepatutnya tak ada masalah, awak sudah boleh pakai facility. Cumanya kalau yang technician yang okey, awak tak perlu buat surat lah. Tapi kalau yang nak strict, awak buat surat, nanti saya sign lah, dia tunjuk. Dia tak ada masalah. Okay.
Sebab saya tahu yang Mama fabrikasi lah, sebab dia ada banyak barang kat sana.
So tak apalah, kalau boleh pakai pergilah. So, tapi kita dekat Mama Auto pun ada barang juga. Cumanya yang setahu saya barang-barang yang awak akan pakai untuk for your fabrication, I think we got it all. Kecuali so you just need to ask the technician, because that tools, especially the tools are being kept in the store. Kita tak nak hilang lah. So barangnya jarang sudah pakai. So, bila nak pakai je technician keluarkan.
Okay. Faham.
Okay. Any other question? Okay, kalau tak ada, good. So this means you can continue doing your work. So don't forget lah your progress. So by every week kena ada progress lah, kena bagi setiap hari Khamis. So ini saya akan update dalam group. Okay. Kalau tak ada, can dismiss. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Good day.
Doktor left terus.